Hi everyone, I'm Natalie and welcome to As the Pennies Drop. Today we are going to talk about the power of assumptions. Before we do that though, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon where I will notify you of when I have posted my videos, which are generally done every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So yeah, the power of assumptions. So an assumption, as defined in the dictionary, is a thing that is accepted as true without proof. So an assumption is a thing that is accepted as true without proof. I'm just going to read a quote from Neville Goddard. So Neville Goddard says, "You must stop spending your thoughts, your time, and your money. Everything in life must be an investment." So when he uses the word spending, what he means is squandering and wasting. So to break that quote down, he's simply saying, stop wasting your thoughts in the now and start investing your thoughts in the now for your future. You know, when it comes to assumptions, you know, why assume the worst when we can assume the best, you know, the best in the situation, the best outcome possible, you know, the best response from that person that you've wanted to hear from, you know, but a lot of the time we are assuming the worst. So I'm going to give you some examples as to how I used to assume the worst and what used to show up in my life. And the first one, the first one is about money. So I grew up in a household where I was shown basically that you had to work really hard for your money. So I worked really hard for my money and I didn't get a lot of investment back from it. And that was, you know, teaching exercise classes before work, doing a 9 to 5, teaching maybe 1 or 2 classes in the evening. That 9 to 5 was Monday to Friday. I was then having to teach classes at the weekend, sometimes about 4 classes at the weekends, I think. So yeah, and I had to work really hard then because I had a limiting belief about money and that you had to work hard for money. So that was the first one. The second one was about food. Again, I've talked about this in previous videos. If you've seen them, you know, I had a limiting belief about food that one, I wasn't really good enough. I shouldn't eat because of something that happened to me in my past. So I didn't eat particularly well. And I felt like I had to be perfect. So I had a limiting belief of like having to have that perfect figure to be perfect. And if I ate, it meant that I was going to put on weight. That was my old limiting belief. I don't think that now, but I had that limiting belief then. And what would show up, my weight would, as soon as I started to eat normally, I class normally, you know, 3 meals a day, I started to put on weight because that was my limiting belief that anytime I ate a proper meal, I would put on weight. So I shied away from eating proper meals, so I didn't put on weight. But, you know, so that the assumption was I was going to put on weight if I ate proper meals, 3 meals a day. I then had an assumption about exercise. Again, I've spoken about this before, that if I didn't kind of punish myself on the treadmill every single day, and that was on top of doing all of my classes, by the way, if I didn't do that, I would put on weight. So if I didn't work out, the assumption that I used to have was that I would put on weight. Now that's an old limiting belief that I used to have. I don't have that now. And when I didn't exercise, I would feel dreadful and I would feel petrified and scared that I was going to put on weight. Because I had, again, that limiting belief that I had to have the perfect figure and I had to be perfect and look perfect and all these things. Oh my God, it was exhausting. You know, so they are 3 limiting kind of beliefs that I had that literally the assumptions that I attached to them would show up. So when it came to the lack of money, eating, my weight fluctuated. And if I didn't exercise, my weight would fluctuate as well. So, you know, why is it that we do this to ourselves? Why is it? Well, and how can we break the pattern? Well, you know, again, if you've seen my previous videos, we know that this is just a pattern from things that have shown up in our life or things that people have said about us. You know, our minds are like a sponge, you know, literally. Like I used to drink coffee at night. and I never had an issue. And I always knew kind of in the background that it does keep people awake. But I was one of these people, I was like, yeah, I'm lucky. I can drink coffee, it's fine. And, you know, some smart aleck told me literally to my face, oh, you know, you can't be drinking coffee. You're going to stay awake at night. What happened? Exactly. So I can no longer drink coffee at night, and our minds really are like sponges. And I would have had to have created a new limitless belief about coffee. And to be honest, I couldn't be bothered. It wasn't that important to me. So I just stopped drinking the coffee. So, but how do we break this? How do we break these how do we break these cycles of assumptions that we've created through a pattern of our life? Well, we start by looking at our limiting beliefs. We need to understand what they are and where they came from. Once we've been able to do that, we can then start creating new limitless beliefs around the subject that you're not happy in. And once we've been able to do that, then we can start looking at the assumptions that we're attaching to those limitless beliefs, those limiting beliefs. So then you've got, you know, these assumptions have, again, they've been created as a pattern of behavior that have been formulated throughout your life. So again, that's something that needs to be changed. And on top of the limitless beliefs now, what we're going to be doing is gradually increasing the limitless belief, those beliefs, those thoughts, and reducing the limiting beliefs. And you're going to get your mind, your negative mindset is going to kind of want to, you know, hold you back. And to start with, it's not going to feel natural, and it's going to feel like a bit like hard work. And it definitely was for me. But again, I'm proof the more you work on the limitless beliefs that you want to create in your life, the less the limiting beliefs will show up. And that will then, basically that then feeds down to like the assumptions. So you can start creating new assumptions around these old limiting beliefs that you've had. So we've got the limitless beliefs, and now we need to create new assumptions around that. And you do that through intention setting. Now, when it came to food, I was lucky enough that the universe started kind of showing me the way, and that was through yoga and going on yoga retreats and seeing this beautiful foods and how I could eat and how my weight didn't fluctuate. And, you know, because I started seeing proof of things coming into my life, the more I was able to change how I felt about food. And like I said, now can't stop talking about food, absolutely love it, and get really excited about every meal. So, but in other areas, like with money and the exercise, I did have to do intention settings. And an intention basically is a name or a goal. So I would say, you know, I intend to be a money magnet. I intend for money to flow easily and effortlessly to me. I intend to receive money easily and effortlessly. So basically, by doing that, I'm releasing the old limiting belief of that I've got to work really, 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 really hard for money. And, you know, when I started doing this and I started to have a different outlook about money, more money started showing up in my life. And I actually, one of the best paid jobs I ever had, I hardly had to work at it in comparison to what I was doing, you know. So for me, it was a massive change. So it, you know, that really does work. And it wasn't that I was being lazy, but it's just, it was easier. Everything just seemed easier. You know, I didn't have to have the 2 jobs that I had anymore. You know, so again, that's proof that, you know, it does work. But again, when you start it, it won't feel natural. But the more you do it, the more you override that negative thought that comes in and says, yeah, you're never going to have money. You override it. No, I intend to be a money magnet. I intend to be financially abundant. You know, I am financially abundant, and money flows easily and effortlessly to me. And again, you know, it's proof that does work. And it was the same with exercise. You know, I intend to exercise less and to eat delicious, nutritious meals, and for my weight to stabilize. And, you know, the more I did that, the more it happened, the less I had to punish myself on the treadmill. And actually, I can't remember the last time I went on a treadmill, to be honest. So yes, all these intention settings work. So once we understand what the limiting beliefs are, we can create new ones. We can create new assumptions by intending, and Also, you know, affirmations, which I've talked about before, but the assumptions in any situation, you know, it could be that a friend is always really, you know, is rubbish at responding to you. You know, I intend for my friends to always respond to me in a timely manner. I intend for, you know, X to respond to me in a timely manner always, because I'm good enough and I'm worthy for them to, you know. And again, that's something that you can add to these intentions as well. You know, I intend to receive money even easily and effortlessly because I am worthy of that. So yeah, so I really hope that's helped. It really does work. You know, we can create new assumptions in any situation, you know, whether that's relationships, money, career, food, about your body, your weight, whatever it is. It's proof that this does work. So why not invest your thoughts wisely and have that kind of way of living instead? I really hope this has helped. I've really enjoyed sharing this with you. As always, please feel free to comment below. And if you are interested in coaching, I am available. So please contact me. Have a great day and I will see you soon.